Today's gospel message, which comes to us from Eugene Peterson's brilliant book, The Message, gives us a number of images of God's kingdom, one of which is the wedding feast, another of which is being part of God's kingdom is being part of something that can never run out, that can never go broke, because God is generous. And our lives, we are called to respond to that overwhelming generosity. I don't know about you, but it's hard sometimes to respond to overwhelming generosity. We want to, in our limited world, somehow limit God. And yet, acknowledging God's overwhelming gift of life, of love, of forgiveness, of joy, of all of those building blocks of God's kingdom is what gives meaning to our lives. The happier we are in life, the more in tune we are in being able to accept generosity. I just got back from Guatemala, as many of you know, spending a week building a recycling, composting latrine for a family of 10 that lives in a little corrugated metal shack on the side of a hill. Getting to know them, getting to know their family, spending that first day carrying cinder blocks while playing peekaboo with a 3-year-old child peeking out of one of the windows. It's a joy. At the end of that experience, the mother came out and handed me 2 grocery bags so heavy, so full of groceries I could hardly handle them, to take back to the convent. This was the groceries that would feed them for a month. And yet, you can't say no because they're giving to us, thanking us for giving of ourselves, for taking time out of our lives to coming to their place and building them something that is going to transform their ability to live in a healthy, sustainable way over the next few years. It's hard to receive that kind of generosity. I've had to do it years and years. This was my 15th anniversary of going to Guatemala. Some years the family comes out with a month's worth of eggs in a basket. One year they came out with the chicken, which we had for dinner. It's a challenge to accept it, but yet you do accept that generosity, and then you find ways to give those groceries back that they won't know about, but that gives them back to the community. Because that's what it's all about. It's about receiving generosity, and it's about being generous. The very first day we arrived, we were given a little seedling tree in each of our rooms. We were told to name the tree, care for the tree, and if we wanted to, talk to the tree. And at the last day, we brought the little seedling tree to the prayer area, and the sisters had found a place during the week that each of us had worked especially hard. And we went in procession to each of those places, met those families again, and planted the tree for them to care for. The place they asked me to come to was the school that the sisters founded 30 years ago. They had 100 of the students assembled, and they had all the teachers, and had to dig with some help. I got the tree planted. And at the end of planting that tree, they presented me with this card, which just said, "Gracias." For they knew we'd been coming there for a long time, and they wanted to reach out. And it's in Spanish as well as in English. And I want to read you the English version. They write, "We have no words for your kindness and generosity. Thank you for unconditional support. May God pour a million blessings upon you. The teachers of the Maria de Matisse Educational Institute in Lullaby. May God pour a million blessings upon us as we build a kingdom of generous love and hope in our lives and in our world. Amen." Amen.
They're too tight. All right. That's on yours. Here, what about these white ones? These are 5s.
Oh yeah, those are.
Oh, yeah. Very.
Got it, yeah.